Skipping. Urgent message.
Eisenstein, Porcupine. I guess you're not up and at 'em yet. This is me. And they called me with the message. Alright? Thanks. Bye.
Skipping. Urgent message.
Trying to get a line to call you. It's been, so problematic for some reason tonight. I can't get a dial tone to call you. So this is my fourth location, and the phone went through. I couldn't talk about it because it was right there. So if you haven't gone to sleep, call me back. Thanks. Bye. Just wanted to say goodnight anyway. Alright,
Urgent message.
Hi. I hate that your phone keeps rejecting me. You must have a really bad connection. Anyway, I don't know. It's 11:42. It's not even late. So if you're not asleep, call me back. All right, bye.
Skipping. Urgent message.
This is Bree. Please give me a call when you get this message. It's just not even about being negative right now. It's about sorting out some very serious feelings that I had for you, and not being able to reach out and touch you and talk to you when I think it's necessary, when I deem it, emotionally necessary to talk. Not being able to do those things, I was not ready to subject myself to that type of, and I was not able to endure it. And I think the way you're responding is just making it even worse for me. So I need to talk to you with regards to that, and just, maybe the talk you suppose that we should be having, that needs to take place then, obviously. I don't know. Your reaction to everything is really disappointing. And I need to talk to you. So call me, and don't be acting like that towards me. That's probably the situation, how you normally deal with it, but that's just not going to work. So formulate your thoughts, processing, and all that, whatever you need to do, and call me, because I want to talk to you. I'm so falling in love, and it's not a good thing, because I know that this is ultimately not going to end. It's not going to happen. So I need to talk that through with you. I need to express that to you, okay? And if I haven't said enough already, that's just where I am, so that you know. Bye.
To say thank you for letting me have a couple of days to actually think about what freaking happened the other night. Anyway, it was so funny how I had my whole mind made up on, when you leave your ass alone, I just felt like you was trouble. And it's so interesting how vibe is, because I was right, I ain't gonna lie, I do have questions. I'm like, how do you do that? Who taught you that? Are you a goddamn professional? So on a real note, that was amazing. It was totally, perfect. If I were to vision what I want my man to be sexually, you would be that person, hands down. Am I mad at you? Hell yeah, because you know that you got those skills. So for you to do that to me, that was not nice at all. Because I was getting to know you in a whole different way, and it was cool too. That other way was also nice, So I don't know. It makes me more curious about who you are and what you're really about. I won't lie, But again, I keep feeling that vibe of how you gonna do me like that? That is not nice. So you definitely, at some point, will have to give me that explanation, because I'm just real curious. But that's it. I'm not, in any way meaning anything else. I think I'm okay. I'm staying away from you. I'm still gonna stick to that one. But I definitely want to know. I'm dude, are you on TV
Robert Frank, and you're listening to the ManMindset.com Dating Help for Men with your host, Steve the Dean Williams.
I'm Tyrone, and you're listening to the ManMindset.com Dating Help for Men with your host, Steve Dean Williams. So get on board, long dick style.
This is Debo. Steve the Dean Williams, give me your chain, punk. Yeah, sleep with your lights on. I still got the bicycle. Much love, Steve. Do what you do. God bless.
Yo, Cupcakes. This is C.T. Fletcher, and you're listening to the Man Mindset Dating Show for Men with your host, Steve the Dean Williams.
The following program is rated MAN. It contains real game, learning your value as a man, original ways to have her face in the pillow and her ass up in the air. I'm talking her knees pushed so far back, it's touching her shoulders. Touching her without touching her. Having a woman respecting your every move. Buying you gifts. Cooking and cleaning with a smile. And knowing her place at the table. So, for all you human males, cupcakes, surface dwellers, and grass-eating lions, your discretion is advised. Meaning, if you don't like the truth, then go find a show that helps you cuddle, complain, and cry about women. Just get the fuck out of here.
I got the man mindset, I got the man mindset, got so many girls on deck, cause I got the man mindset, let's go. When it come to dating, ain't nobody better, giving you the insight, being hella honest, teaching you the game, just like that, time to connect with the man mindset. Have fun, gotta come and learn with a real one. Hosted by Steve the Dean Williams. Get everybody talking when you step in the building. Showing men how to pull women, go get them like it's really no situation you can't handle. Believe Steve giving you all the answers. When it come to dating, talking and texting, keep the conversation hella interesting. And it don't matter if you're married or single. He's showing you the game, giving you the insight. You gotta be smooth, keep it cool, that's right. So the next date, you sure to have a good night. Ain't no hesitating, time to level up. You think you a player? Well, it's time to be a better one. Need to check Steve, that is who you need. Got you pulling ladies so fast you wouldn't believe. That's right. So tell me if you ready, we gon' get it poppin'. Ain't no doubt about it. You be dating with so many options cause you know you got it. So fly, so fresh. Yes, this is the man mindset.
It is game. Well, wait a minute. I don't think you motherfuckers are listening. I said it is game time.
Yo, oh my God. Hey, what's up, man? We are going to do a quick show. It's something I'm trying to do. So let's get it. Let's go. Where's the music at, gentlemen? Not a long show, guys. Not a long show. So, you see that just right here. There you go. What's going on? All my, it's your boy, the Dean, Class and Session. It's gonna be a short show, guys. But I think I got a reason for it because I'm doing something. But anyway, I want to say what's up to all my dogs out there. We're gonna get into the show. I'm not gonna get into everything, but guys, the lines are open if you want to call in. But I think a lot of y'all are gonna love just the conversation in the chat that we're actually gonna have on the show. For many of you guys, a lot of you guys out here are always wondering, what do I have to do to make a proper connection with a woman? And what I think people don't understand is that they get the wrong idea when it comes to connection, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And guys, I got y'all in the chat room. If you got a question, put a Q in there. We got y'all. But today, just real quick one. We're going to talk about how to connect, how to make a connection with anybody. And the thing that we want to say to all you young men out there, that you can make a connection, but for a lot of you guys out here, there is a certain kind of an adversity that a lot of y'all feel like y'all go through. And in the connection, when it comes to a connection with somebody, it is not actually, gentlemen, the connection to the person. See, oftentimes what happens to a lot of you guys is it's not the connection that's the problem, gentlemen. It is how you respond to what happens makes all the difference in the connection. Now, guys, I am working on something to help y'all with that. Can't talk about that. But anyway, but I want to say that for a lot of you guys out here, that we have got to start to change the way that we talk to ourselves to give ourselves a better opportunity and a better understanding of how to talk to women. Guys, I know a lot of people will never tell you this, and I'll be happy to tell you this. Connecting with people is an easy thing when you are connected to yourself. Listen what I'm saying. Connected to people is an easy thing when you are connected to yourself. But we are probably asking yourselves, what does that mean to be connected to myself? What does that even look like? And the connection that one has to himself, it is how you choose your thoughts, how you choose your words, how you choose what you believe in, and how you choose your attitude in every situation that you're in. This is why, gentlemen, we always talk about one thought, one mind, one way, because I want you guys to be able to communicate with women and have the freedom to choose how you communicate to her, to draw her in, to make her say that, wow, this is somebody actually different. See, most of the times, gentlemen, why we have most of the problems of communication. And gentlemen, I want y'all to write this down. This is very important because I want y'all to soak this up real quick. One of the greatest problems that y'all have when it comes to communication is that you're actually blocking off your communication when you are around a woman. It's odd how when you get around your friends, you can always communicate yourself, right? It's odd when you're with your parents, you can communicate yourself. It's odd when you get around your siblings, you can communicate, your cousins or your friends or whatever. But why is it when I'm around a woman, it's hard for me to communicate myself? And the reason is, gentlemen, okay, is that the problem is you're overthinking the communication and you're overthinking the connection. When you begin to overthink the communication and overthink the connection, what is going to happen is there is going to be this thing that can be your best friend or your greatest enemy, gentlemen. I'm going to say it again. It can be your best friend or your greatest enemy. And gentlemen, that is the inner dialogue you have with yourself. It's okay, gentlemen. It's not a knock on you. And I know a lot of you guys are frustrated. I know a lot of you guys are get mad when there's so much that you want to say to a woman. You see what I'm saying? There's so much that you want to say, and there's so much that you want to let her know that sometimes you don't know how to say it the right way. And what happens is that unfortunately, because of the trust that you have for yourself and you're not rooted in who you are, what happens is there is always going to be a harsh voice in your head that is always, unfortunately, going to remind you of the problems that you have, the failures and the mistakes. And what that voice does is that it forces you to actually begin to doubt yourself or question your self-worth, gentlemen. This is very important. Why? Because, gentlemen, let me tell you something. And this is a beautiful thing about the game that I like to share with you. I love there's this thing, gentlemen. When you start to connect to yourselves, there is this thing called the thrill of the hunt. You see what I'm saying? And the thrill of the hunt is saying that it's go time. And it's not just go time. It's that, and guys, I know it's going to sound crazy, but there is going to be something that unlocks in you gentlemen that's going to say to yourselves that, you know what? I'm about to make her day. I am going to make her day because of the self-worth that I have for myself. Do you see what I'm saying? See, gentlemen, when you don't believe in yourself, and it's okay that you don't believe in yourself because most of you don't know yourself, and this is why you're having the problems. When you don't believe in yourself, that means you have no self-identity. And when you don't have the self-identity, you have a hard time to express what and who you are to somebody, because most of you guys out here think that in order for me to win with somebody, I have to change who I am. Okay, I have to change who I am. And the reason why the change is so important for a lot of you guys is that you guys actually feel like that woman is so amazing that I have to be a false interpretation of myself instead of just being who I am. Because I'm doing an experiment thing, something I'm doing, just a quick experiment on something I'm trying out. But anyway, when I'm getting back to you guys out here, see, the thing I don't want you guys to do is I don't want you to question yourself, okay? Because most of you guys have regret, guilt, and shame when things don't work your way. And sometimes you feel like if I say something to a woman and it doesn't go right, then I'm the one that's wrong. And gentlemen, that's the lie. That is the lie. You don't have to sit and try to come up with something to say. Write this down, gentlemen. You just have to believe in what it is you say, but it's also knowing why you are saying what you're saying. It's defending what you're saying. If the woman challenges you, it's standing on what you say, and it is expressing what you say. If you can do those things right there, it doesn't matter what you say, because it's important to come off authentic. We want you to be authentic. And authenticity is something that most people don't get nowadays. Most people out here don't, most women are not used to men who are actually authentic, okay? And what I'm saying to all you guys out here is that, unfortunately, right now, it's hard to be authentic when our mind is always telling us we're not good enough. Our mind is telling us we don't have enough money. Our mind is telling us that, you know what, she'll never like a guy like you. Our minds are telling us a lot of things. The question is, why do we listen to that? Why do we have dialogue with the person inside of us that is trying to self-sabotage yourself versus having dialogue with our unrecognizable self? I'm talking about a self that goes outside of your comfort zone. Gentlemen, the unrecognizable will always be outside of your comfort zone. And that's the most thing that you have to understand. That's who I want you guys to actually tap into. Because if you don't tap into something outside of yourself mentally, what is going to happen is you're always going to feel like every time something doesn't go right with a woman, you're going to feel miserably. But what is also very important is when you're talking to a woman, gentlemen, it is very, very important for you young men to make sure that what I am saying has to lead somewhere. Where are we taking it? Remember, guys, I got to keep it a buck. We cannot keep it and push it to sex. I know you want to, but you can't do that. The moment you push it towards sex, he will already have an advantage over you. That's what I'm saying to you guys out here. What I'm saying is that I'm trying to get you guys to see the value and the worth inside of you, so you don't have to push it towards sex, but the woman sees you as somebody she wants to have sex with. And see, gentlemen, when you guys move outside of what you think, it's new, it's a weird feeling, but gentlemen, listen, gentlemen, being what I know you can be is an acquired taste. But I promise you, outside of your thoughts, you will never ever have to listen to that critic knocking you down, telling you how weak you are, limiting you on how you see yourself, and always bring up problems instead of solutions. In order to be solution-based, you must go beyond the problematic. And gentlemen, you're not a problem, and nothing that you say is a problem. It's just that most of you guys out there just don't know who you are, why you are, and what you need to do. Once you start to get that down, everything changes. Because remember, guys, it's no knock on women. They're very insecure. But what happens when an insecure woman meets a secure man? That structure. That means that she will follow that person because he is leading her somewhere by telling her what to do. Not saying you have to do it, not putting a gun to her head, not lying or manipulating. What you're saying is, this is actually who I am, okay? And this is why it's so important. And what I am saying to all you guys, okay, all right, which is very, very important, is that no, and Truck, it's not about, okay, Truck, let me help you out here. A man doesn't be direct. He is direct. And that's the difference. See, when you are being direct, that means you are being driven by either a desire or an emotion to make you do something that sometimes you even question yourself in doing. A man is not going to be anything, but he is going to be everything. So a man would never be direct, gentlemen. Truck, I see what you're trying to say, but you're absolutely wrong. Never be direct. Because being direct is always behind that door is a desirable outcome that is going to self-sabotage you. Because if you're trying to be, that means you're not. And that means you're trying to do and say something that is outside of who you actually are, meaning that you are trying to actually be somebody that you're not. Gentlemen, I don't expect you guys to engulf direct as a man. It's not there yet, and it's cool. But the moment that you try to be something that you're not, women are going to find that as creepy because you are speaking a language that you aren't even standing on. So don't be direct. Don't ever listen to anybody tell you to actually be direct. Be yourself. See, I don't have to be, I am. You see what I'm saying, gentlemen? And the direct is not for the woman. The direction is how I feel about myself. I am going to direct me on how I need to move. Gentlemen, you cannot direct a woman that doesn't know you. You can't direct a woman that doesn't trust you. It doesn't work that way. Trust has to come in when she knows that she can feel secure or have that emotional feeling to move towards that. But you guys being direct and saying, hey, how you doing? Let's sleep together. Hey, how you doing? Come back to my place. Hey, how you doing? Let's do this and that. That's not going to work because that's not who you are. You're actually not that guy. You want to be that guy, but you're not that guy. And the reason that you guys, and it's not the reason, but what you don't understand is women can recognize the same thing too. Women can recognize an individual who is actually not himself. And that is a thing that a lot of guys kind of mess y'all up with doing that. Gentlemen, I want you guys to understand that you are always growing and you are always learning who you are. And the more you begin to have an understanding of who you are, then all of a sudden you're going to start to be direct to yourself, never to a woman. How many times have you questioned something you wanted to do and you didn't do it. Why? Because you wasn't direct with yourself. You were too busy listening to the voice in your head telling you can't do it, when you have the power to be direct and actually do the thing that the voice is telling you you can't do. See, that's why I keep trying to tell you, don't try to be direct with a woman if you're not direct with yourself. Because if you can't keep it 100 with yourself and move yourself the right way, then it's not going to work for you guys. That's what I'm saying to all you guys to understand the game. Lines are open if y'all want to call in. Y'all got a question. But this is the thing that I want you guys to understand as far as all this other stuff. See, what we want to move you guys from is what they're called the thoughts. Your thinking right now is poisonous to who you are, your core and everything, because what you're doing is you're actually going against the man in the mirror versus trusting that man in the mirror. And actually, one thing my mentor always used to tell me was the thing that you'll learn when you get around women is that one must actually mentally blindfold itself when you get around women, especially if you're not rooted in yourself. Because the moment, if you're not rooted in who you are, the moment you look at her based off of your interpretation here, it's going to mess everything up. But when you have game, you're not actually okay, yes, you're looking at her, but you're not looking at her. You're going beyond. You remember I always used to tell you when I was young, I used to watch this show called the Thundercats, right? And I got out of what was it, elementary school? After we played throw up tackle, played football and all that other stuff. I played my Atari, my electric football, and we would have back then we had these weird thing called VCR. So don't judge me. If any of y'all remember Blockbuster, we had something like that where we could record TV shows with a big ass tape. They're called VCRs. I know you kids. It's everything. This is when everything was in black and white. There was really no cable. That was for rich people. If you wanted to watch porn, there was a station on your channel, but it was like blurred lines. You couldn't even see. It was like squiggly lines. And every little thing, you can see a little titty, but it just go like that. It would just be like squiggly lines. So that's what I'm saying, how old I am. But what I'm saying is, to tell you the story, is that I used to love watching this. It's something my mentor always taught me to watch, because the thing that one of the characters always do is he will look through his sword to give him what is called sight beyond sight. And it was something that my mentor would tell me that's what happens when you have game. See, the sight beyond sight is the communication that you have with yourself to go beyond what the woman looks like. Gentlemen, there is nothing wrong with what you like. Gentlemen, each and every one of you has a certain kind of woman that you are into. Do you see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, right, Nick, I know y'all are saying blurry tapes. Yeah, Nick, hey, real quick, Nick. Sometimes, because I was living now, and you can look at this. You can look this up on your satellite. When I was in Gaithersburg, I was living off of Clopper Road, and I was living in these apartments called Orchard Pond. Now, if you're looking from the sky view, you'll see Orchard Pond, you'll see Clopper Road, and right across the street from there is Quince Orchard. So when I went to school, when I had to spend the night, I had to cut through the first section of Quince Orchard, and then there's nothing but woods. I had to go down and come up, and I had to do all that stuff because I used to hang out over there a lot. But one of my friends had cable. And back then, there was this thing, well, they still had it. It was called Cinemax at the time. Now it's called Max. And Cinemax, I would say probably around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, they would have shows that didn't have squiggly lines. It was, they would call it soft porn. And you know what I mean? It just, you didn't see anything, but they were showing you some things. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, guys, what I was just saying, y'all guys, is that this is a part about the communication, not the squiggly lines. But what I'm saying to all you guys out here, that the sight beyond the sight that I want you guys to see. And shout out to everybody in here. I appreciate all you guys. We want to do a quick show just to chop it up with you guys. You got a question, call in, but I'd love for you to take this information and go back and soak it up. What's very important is, especially with the sight beyond sight, when it comes to the game, is that we're saying to all you guys out here, what we don't want you guys to do is we don't want you to look at the woman the way you're looking at her, because the way you're looking at her is going to break the interpretation of who you are right now. Because right now you see beauty in things outside of yourself. But the greatest problem is that you don't see the beauty inside of yourself. And that is why most of you guys can finally get the answer of, oh my God, that is why now I understand why I call women beautiful who have not earned the word beautiful. You see what I'm saying? Why I talk to women certain ways, because I haven't done that. I haven't really seen that I'm the prize. And gentlemen, when you realize you are the prize, you begin to talk to yourself differently, like you are the prize. And when you get around a woman, the one thing a woman is not used to is a man that believes in himself. Listen to me, gentlemen. It is far and few between that there are individuals out there. Women do not run into guys. You know, if y'all saw the video I put, the reaction video I put out for you guys, what did you notice the woman was always talking about? Yeah, they will bend the rules for a certain amount of guys. And gentlemen, I'm saying the woman can bend the rule for you, but you got to be a rule breaker. And I don't mean a rule breaker as in trying to force or manipulate some, gentlemen. I'm saying break your own rules, gentlemen. I'm saying the rule that you have that I'm not good enough and I'm going to sit on the sideline and not talk to the woman. Break that rule. Break that rule of saying that, you know what, she's so pretty, she'll never talk to me. Break that rule. I'm saying break the rules of all the unhelpful thoughts that you have, and then start creating new rules that will light a fire under your ass and make you say, I'm that guy. Because, gentlemen, you can't play the guy. You have to be and interpret and invoke that person from the inside by having an understanding of who you are. And I think that's what happens, unfortunately, to so many young men today because of the unhelpful thoughts. Gentlemen, I understand that it's hard out there for a lot of you guys. Not to say that you're awkward, not to say that you're weird. It's just hard sometimes because sometimes you're saying, you know what, see me, you know? Sometimes you're in a club and you just feel like, man, why isn't anybody noticing me? And why can't somebody just see me? Right? But what I'm saying is I want you to even break that rule by the attitude that you have to have. Gentlemen, write this down. A thought is either going to be based upon a non-belief in yourself or this weird thing called a effing man attitude, right? And that attitude is saying that I'm the shit. I'm the bomb. I'm the baddest MF in this whole room. And gentlemen, I'm the only one that tells you you're allowed to say that. You right now, gentlemen, each and every one of you listening to me right now, you have the right to say you are the baddest MF everywhere you go because you are the only MF of your kind. And if you start to realize that there is nobody else like me, just because what we call the humans outside of the show, just because they see y'all kind of resemble each other, because y'all have the same parts, doesn't mean y'all are actually the same. And when you realize that you are the only one of your kind, and you realize there will never be a duplication or any what do they call I'm like stuttering my damn words. I don't know what I'm talking about. There will never be that. There will never be that for any of you guys out there. And what I'm saying to you guys out there is this is the attitude that you have got to have, and you've got to actually present yourself with. Because, gentlemen, what you don't understand is the most important thing that I want y'all guys to even get from all of this is that, guess what? You are your thoughts. And most of y'all don't even understand that. Everything that you think about represents you in some kind of a way. And most of you guys have you never been told that you're allowed to be who you are. There's nothing really wrong with you. It's just that you just don't understand you. And because you can't express yourself. 219, what's your name? Where you calling from, sir? What's up?
Hello, Steve. My name is Krishard. I'm calling from Indiana.
How can I help you, sir? What's going on, brother?
Yeah, I was calling because I want to know what do you feel like is. So I understand that I'm 1-on-1 and that I need to have belief in myself. You are one. Okay, you are 1 of 1 because you reached the egg based off your fingerprint. You are, but you don't have the mindset of 1 of 1, and that's where the game comes in at. But I'm listening to you. Okay, so what do you think? So what would you say is the reason that I'm not able to take that next step and get to that next level that I'm trying to reach?
Well, you're not trying to reach because you're not trying to be a student of the game. Again, I can't say I'm trying to reach being a lawyer if I don't go to law school. I can't say I'm trying to reach being a surgeon if I don't go to medical school. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be a student of game, because game is the only thing that teaches you out. Because again, I'm not talking about book smarts. I'm talking about with the pimps, the players, the max, the hustlers, the ballers, and men that they move on. And game has no race, color, or political affiliation. It is a mindset that people have that go beyond what the society has for them. But in order to understand that, young man, you've got to understand that you don't know what you don't know. You know what you know, but what you know is such limited information, it's actually doing more harm to you than moving you forward, big guy. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
But I'm listening to you. Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if I want to say I have the killer mindset, but I still want to be open at the same time. So it's like.
Wait, when you say killer mindset, but open to what? What do you mean open to what?
Just to be able to still learn and just not so, like you said, closed in, and like what I know is what I know, and then I'm sticking to that.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got to be a student, because only one that has a higher level of thinking can unlock that, help you unlock that. You see, people think they can do it themselves. You only seep to the level of your thinking. Throughout time and history, there's always been an apprentice and a master. It's always been that way. Even with carpentry, you name it, baking. There's always someone taking an apprenticeship on to be able to grab information from somebody who knows more than them, to unlock the doors, to allow them to do what it is that person in front of them is teaching them to do. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
But I tell you what the problem is, the biggest problem. The biggest problem is most of y'all guys are going around people who are false prophets, who are trying to get you to think like them. Hypergamy, or peel this, handsome man game that, Riz, and don't jerk off, and all these things. They're actually pulling you away from your core and your true self.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
But I'm listening to you. Do you have another question?
No, I mean, I'm just still trying to learn and just stay tapped in so I can get some more knowledge.
Yeah, but you're not getting okay. This is not knowledge. These are crumbs from knowledge. Okay, so don't be a crumb snatcher. Learn game and be a student, because listen. Everybody can't be a man, and it's an exclusive club for those that actually really want to be in there. So you just got to decide: do you want to be like everybody else, or do you want to learn the unrecognizable version of yourself It's up to you how you want to do it, big guy. But you can't cherry pick. That's like okay. Let me ask you a question. If something happened to you, and I don't want to wish anything bad to you, and you needed heart surgery, and I told you I watched a few YouTubes on doing heart surgery, can I operate on you?
No.
But come on, it's I mean, I'm soaking up information off of YouTube. I mean, come on. Shouldn't that be enough? I forget medical school and all that other stuff, but shouldn't me watching a few YouTubes and I trust me? I just need a butter knife, some glue, and maybe some gummy bears, and I'll put you together. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What I'm saying, if you're doing that, and then you talk to a woman's going to recognize that you're not actually that guy.
Okay, and speaking on that, okay, I got another question.
Sure.
Okay, so I've been more I've just been more interactive with women, but this one that I was talking to, she was attractive and whatnot, but her whole vibe was off. So when she was talking so fast, and I heard that voice that you say that, oh, I can't do this, and I felt like my heart racing.
No. Then
I could hear the voice.
Right. That's why I mean, you're new here, right?
Fairly new, yeah.
Okay. So I'll just give you a quick example because I got to continue the show, but I'll give you a quick example. Is there a pen in front of you or something in front of
you? Yeah.
Okay. So what I want you to do, just real quick, when I tell you to lift the pin up, I want you to lift the pin up and say, I can't lift the pin up. Okay. And then when I tell you to put the pin down, I want you to say, I can't put it down, and put it down. Okay. You ready?
Okay.
And I want you to say it out loud so we all can hear you. Okay. Lift the pin up.
All right.
Lift the pin up.
Okay.
No.
I can't lift the pin up.
Right. Okay. Put the pin down.
Okay. I put the pin down.
No, stop. Let's start again. You got to pay attention. Okay. Listen to me.
Okay.
Listen to me. Okay. Listen to me.
Yeah.
When I tell you to pick the pin up, as you pick the pin up, say, I can't pick it up.
Okay.
Then when I tell you to put it down, as you're putting it down, say, I can't put it down. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's try it again. All right. Go ahead. Let's go. All right. Pick up the pin.
I can't pick the pin up.
All right. Put the pin down.
I can't put the pin down.
Okay. Pick the pin up one more time.
I can't pick the pin up.
And then put the pin down one more time.
I can't put the pin down.
Okay. So you just learned about your core. You want to know why? Because just like that same voice that told you couldn't get the woman that gave you all that anxiety and shit, what did he tell you couldn't do?
I couldn't put the pen down.
Right, or pick it up.
Or
right?
I couldn't pick it up.
Right. Didn't he say you couldn't do that? Right. Right.
Yeah.
But what did you do from your core?
Picked it up and put it down.
There you go. That's just an example of what game could teach you, brother. See, you don't know what you don't know. I'm just saying that should be an eye-opening thing for you, because now you see that all this time I've been communicating with the wrong person. You've been communicating with that voice in your head versus communicating with the man inside. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, somewhat. I'm still kind of
confused. Think of it. You just told yourself you couldn't pick that pen up, right?
Yeah.
And did you pick it up anyway?
Yeah.
So if your voice is telling you can't pick it up, who do you think picked the pen up?
It was me.
Oh, there you go. You picked the pen up. And when I told you to put it down, didn't the voice tell you you can't put it down?
Yeah.
But who put the pen down?
I did.
There you go. That's the difference. What master are you serving? The one that's telling you can't do it, or the one that is doing it regardless of being told he can't do it?
Okay.
That's what game is about, sir, right there. Because you don't see it or know about it, so you'll never, ever be able to be a student of it if you're doing it the wrong way. And that's why when you get around women, you're always going to have the anxiety and you're going to get the nervousness and all that other stuff, because you don't know yourself to be able to pick that pin up or put that pin down, regardless of the voices in your head, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
All right, well, we'll throw you back in, big guy, and thank you for the call, okay, my brother?
All right, appreciate you.
All right, thank you, respect. Good call, great call, great call. All right, guys, let me continue this. As I was saying to all you young men out there, always remember that unfortunately right now, the way you think, your thoughts are a result of what's going on in your life. And unfortunately, the life that I'm talking about is a life that you have no control over. And that is called your past. And you're too busy communicating to your past and not communicating to your present and to your future. You're too worried and you're too busy allowing something that you have no control over to have influence over you. Area code 320, what's your name? Where you calling from, sir? What's up?
Oh shit, I'm really on this bitch, nigga. yo, my nigga, my name Dre. I'm just calling in. I ain't think you gonna pick up on this bitch.
What's your question, man? What's your question, man? What's up?
Shit, man.
All right, well, Dre, you have a good day. Well, thank you for calling, buddy. Thank you so much. All right, so yeah, okay. Anyway, like I was saying before, for a lot of you guys out here, most of you guys out here, because of the life that you lived before, you think that's the life that you live now, and that's why you're having a hard time having that communication. Mohab says, by that, do you mean moving at your core, staying in action, locked into what needs to be done to fulfill your deeper purpose? I am my deeper purpose. All I can do is swim in my lake and ocean of me, just like you can. The thing that you guys don't understand is that you guys have a vast ocean of knowledge and communication to yourself that you guys don't tap into. And the biggest problem that I say for a lot of you young men is the biggest issue you're having is that you're not, it's like, okay, I'll give you a simple analogy. It's like you're going to Russia speaking Spanish. You're going to Italy speaking Japanese. You're going to, you're going to China speaking Urdu or Farsi. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? You're going to different places speaking a language or listening to someone speak a language to you that doesn't fit you. Your language is your language for you. And the biggest problem that people don't understand is that that's what the game teaches you, to be able to learn you on such a level. Nobody can be you. And I think that's the problem. Too many of you guys are trying to be what a content creator is telling you to be, or you're trying to be what you think a woman wants you to be, versus learning who you need to be, communicating to that person to then communicate yourself to everybody who is lucky enough to be around you. That's how game works. But you're too busy trying to box yourself in with everybody telling you that women are bad, the world is evil, and all these bad things to you guys, when that's none of your business. Your business is the communication and construction of your mind. That means tearing down the forest in your mind and clearing that out and building buildings and building land and creating your world the way you want it to run for you, by you, and nobody else can take that from you, guys. Yeah, remember, they can take everything from you, but they can't take this from you, right? They can take everything from you, but when you are one of one, they can't take that from you. Nobody can take that from you. But I promise you, women want to be a part of that, though, because that makes you the unrecognizable, which allows you to connect with anyone. See, the connection isn't you trying to connect to her. The connection is her trying to connect with you, because she's trying to figure out, why aren't you thirsty, desperate, needy, creepy? Why aren't you trying to deceive me, manipulate me, beat around the bush? Why are you so straight up with me? Why don't you play games? Why are you always keeping things a buck? Why is it that you have this way of saying things that it just sounds so authentic and real when you say it versus this guy that's just saying things to say things? That's what I'm saying, gentlemen. See, gentlemen, the only way you can connect to anybody is by connecting to yourself. Because when you're one thought, one mind, one way, that means anybody that you interact with is going to see you as you are. And here's the beautiful thing. They're either going to adjust and accept you, or they're going to kick rocks. 347, what's your name and what's your question, sir? What's up?
How you doing, Steve? My name is Dylan. My question is, so on the back end, I was learning, I'm listening to the show, and I was learning how to stop listening to that voice of believing of that doubt and stuff and not believing it. And that a thought came into mind, like, well, then if I don't listen to this, like, who do I listen to? Because I feel like there is a part of me somewhere that, like, I haven't been learning again all my life, but like I feel like I've learned things from myself and thought of things that have helped me. Not everything, but like some things. But so that question came to mind of like, who do I turn to answer those questions and push myself forward? But I was also thinking that might be an advanced question.
Okay, no, it's not an advanced question. Okay. But the turn to is your mentor, because your mentor is going to force you to turn and look in the mirror versus out the window. See, what you have done, all right, listen, okay, you listen to a lot of Red Pill stuff, yes? And you honestly, yes, right?
No. I promise not. No. I swear.
Pill? I'm about to hang this fucking phone up.
I promise you, Steve.
Phone up.
No.
Goodbye.
Steve, I promise you.
Goodbye. I don't want to hear it. Goodbye. I hate guys that just are not honest. They act like they just jumped on YouTube and just started watching us. That's a lie. A lot of you young men have watched Red Pill rhetoric and stuff like that, and that's not a knock on you. But don't sit here and lie, because I'm going to move on from that. I don't want to hear that BS. But to answer to you guys, I'll talk to you guys because he's lying to himself. What I'm saying to you guys is that too many of you guys, unfortunately, have been listening to content creators telling you how to think versus saying what to think. Okay? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, you guys. See, the thing about game is saying that I'm not here to teach you how to think because I'm not you. I cannot teach you one thing about yourself. But what my mentor did and what I'm doing, my mentor can put the weapons on the table, gentlemen, right? By putting the weapons on the table and utilizing the one thing that people don't talk about except us is allowing our blacksmith to take that information and wield it down to give us understanding. It's just like school. It's no different than when you were in kindergarten or first grade. Remember, you all had a way of learning, right? And when your teacher started teaching you letters and numbers, right? You then interpreted what he was saying based off of your knowledge and who you are. And that's why some kids were nerds and smart. That's why some kids were average. And that's why some kids had to get some extra help because it didn't stick. So the knowledge isn't the problem. What's the knowledge going to do for you? And if the knowledge isn't going to help you, then it is bad knowledge. That's what I'm saying, okay, to you guys out here. Dog, game doesn't sleep, guys. What do you mean? What do you mean sleep? What is that? Listen, I can sleep when I'm dead, okay? I'll be dead in a while. I don't know when, but once that happens, I'll be asleep for a long time. But until then, my job is to teach any young man who actually wants to learn game to see that when you have game, there is no sleep. You don't understand when you break the dam and okay, right now you're a slow drip. But as you begin to learn game, you'll start to be a faucet that's leaking. But once you actually become one of one, there is no sleep because your mind expands. It's okay. Okay, I'll give you. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be on the level of Mozart or someone like that, but you got to look at somebody whose mind was always moving and it just didn't stop. And for Mozart, the music just kept coming and coming, and you just couldn't stop. You just so much. That's what I'm saying to you guys. When it comes to game, your creativity, the way you talk, the way you move, the way you talk to them and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to all you guys out there. And the important thing that I say to all you guys out there is that, listen, I'm saying to all you guys out there that this is why it is important to learn who you are. When you learn who you are, then you will be able to connect with yourself. See, gentlemen, you guys are under the assumption that I have to connect with the woman first. That's the problem. Get your crayons out, and I want you to soak that up. Your problem is you're too busy trying to connect with people first. And if you're trying to connect with a woman first, what you're trying to do is connect to her world, her life, because most of y'all guys y'all trying to get between her legs. But when you have game, you're not trying to connect to her world. You're saying, this is my world. And if you want to fuck with me, then guess what? You need to come over here, because I ain't going over there unless you invite me in. And when you invite me in, hey guys, that's when I'm going to get some land. I'm not talking 40 acres and a mule. I just need 1 acre. I just need 1 acre so I can cut it in half. Well, I'll build a museum on one side of that acre, and I'll put a drill on the other side, and I will keep going down, all the way down. That's what I'm saying to you guys out there. And I say to all you guys out there, the connection one must have is not to the voice. The problem is, gentlemen, you're connecting to the fear, you're connecting to the excuses, you're connecting to blame and all this other stuff. Alex says, can you give an example of when we tried to connect to her world? The moment you're trying to have sex with her. The moment you have what is called a desired outcome. So the moment you say to yourself, she's sexy, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, I gotta sleep with her. What am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? I don't even know she'll like a guy like me. She looks like she has a bunch of guys. You're not connected to her world. She's connected in your world, okay? But what we say is that, guess what? This is what we say, AB. We say, I see you, and that's all I say. All right, now watch this, AB. This is why we are different over here, because, AB, peep this out. When we see her, AB, we say, I see you, and then we stop right there, because then we have a conversation with what I call, gentlemen, and one thing y'all need to learn is what is called your detective. Once you see a woman, you should no longer look at her beauty or behind her titties. You should look to yourself and ask the $1 million question, gentlemen. After you look at her, you should ask this question, and it changes up the game. What is she going to do to be worth my attention? What is she going to do to be worth my time? What is she going to do to be worth my respect? And what is she going to do to be worth my And gentlemen, when you do that, then you change the way you communicate. But the problem is when you have a desired outcome, most of you guys then mess up, because at that point, you're trying to impress the woman to try to make her feel that she should sleep with you. So that's what we're saying to you guys out there. What I am saying is I'm not trying to connect to her world. I want her to, okay, excuse me, I was about to cuss. My mentor taught me at 9 one of the greatest rules, and that's the rule of the vampire. I'm not saying you're vampires, guys, even though I tell you to bite her neck and take her up the tree. Yeah. What I'm saying seriously, though, is that the way I want to get in her world is for her, without manipulation, lies, tricks, or gimmicks. I want her to invite me in through a thing called free will. That means she's saying, who are you and what are you? And the only way I can examine you further is by inviting you into my world. Not trying to force, gentlemen, y'all are too busy trying to force your way between her legs. And gentlemen, let me show you. The problem is, and this is where women have more power and more control over you, because you are trying to attack the wrong thing. You were trying to break in between her legs, and the game will always teach you that we are going to break her mind. We're trying to break into her mind to show her the unrecognizable version, because each one of you guys are different. You just don't believe that you're different. Once you begin to connect with yourself, once you begin to understand yourself, then you're going to move and operate totally different than anybody else has ever showed you. And that's what we wanted y'all to see right here. So what I want to see you say this real quick. Hold on, let me see here. What's the difference between being the outcome versus the, I told you that already, Mohab. A desired outcome means all you want to do is sleep with her, man, and you're going to run behind her, kiss her ass, take her on dates, and run behind her, dog, because you trying to, hey, Mohab, where you were when I met you. What you were when I met you. All you wanted was desired outcomes. But now that you're learning game, you're becoming the outcome. That you okay, remember the Easter game? You remember how you made her feel? You remember, and I gotta post that testimonial. Remember you gave her the orgasm? You remember she told you she never felt that way before, Mohab, when you showed her what I showed you to do? That's an outcome, because then she has a desired outcome for you. And when a woman has a desired outcome from you, she will change her stance. Gentlemen, it's just like I showed you with the reaction video with that Taylor chick. When you have game, women will make you the desired outcome. When you become the desired outcome, that's when they move the goalposts. What do I mean by that, gentlemen? Please write this down real quick. What I mean by the desired outcome a woman's going to have is that go to any dating app that you have and read the lies. Now, listen to me. This is going to be our secret, and don't tell anybody else out this room. It's going to be our secret. Everything they write for is they're writing for average guys. They're setting rules and boundaries to average guys. Okay? That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Okay? And that's what is so important about this. Okay? All right? I'm saying, and wait, hold on, sir. I'm going to, let me correct you, because I don't want people to think what you're saying is real. Sir. Nobody, I've been doing this for over 40 years, so teaching and student of the game since I was 9 years old. There was no Riz, Red Pill, Handsome Man game, and never any cocky made me think to come up with in the next few months, sir. You were either a man or you wasn't, okay? All right? So please understand, it doesn't come from real MFs. It comes from content creators trying to get you guys to click on their information so y'all can be suckers, okay? So please correct yourself when you're in here, sir. Do not disrespect these young men in here learning, or we will kick you the F out. But as I was saying to you guys out here, women write for suckers. They don't write for you. Because when a woman has a desired outcome for you, she will move the goalposts her way for you. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay? That's what I'm saying to you guys, okay? And that's what is so important for all you guys to know. Remember, guys, you can connect with anybody. The question is, you've got to stop connecting with yourself right now. That's it. And I know y'all saying, wait, what do you mean myself? You're connecting with fear. That's not real. You're talking, connecting to rejection. You're talking and connecting with limited beliefs. You're talking and connecting with a lack of belief in yourself. You're talking and connecting with a person that doesn't have self-esteem. You're talking to connecting with someone who doesn't have self-worth. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, Lou, it's all love, brother. What I'm trying to say to you guys is this. This is what I'm trying to say to you guys. I'm saying stop connecting with him because he is holding you back from yourself. Think about it. I'm going to give y'all one more exercise to think about. Just think. This is going to be a thinking exercise. And I want y'all to, gentlemen, I want, when I get done with this show, I want you to do this exercise. I've done it in some capacity, but I'm going to break it down. So we're going to bring this guy up. This is the guy right here that we're going to be talking about real quick. All right. Here's what I want y'all to do. What I want y'all to do, first, I want you to think. Then I want y'all to do the exercise. Gentlemen, just like that one of the callers that called in, you know that sometimes you talk to a woman and you know that feeling you get that you call fear and rejection. You know that feeling you get when you see a woman, you just don't talk to her, right? Right? But what is that accompanied by? Isn't that accompanied by you can't do it? She's pretty. You're going to get rejected. You're not good women. I want y'all to think, because again, I don't want you to believe me. I want you guys to see it for yourselves, okay? What I am saying to you guys, you know what I'm talking about. When you see a woman you're interested in, you're communicating with that wrong person and attaching an emotional feeling to the lie, right? Yes, uncertainty and doubt. So this is the one thing I want to say to you guys real quick. Listen to this. Isn't it odd? And this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all guys to do the one thing. I know y'all ran away from it, but I want you to just go back this one time. Go to any Red Pill channel. Just pick one. Pick one. And I'm about to show y'all something nobody's going to tell you. I just want y'all to see how it works. Now, follow me on this. It's going to be deep. This is not magic. This is not a mind F. I'm not trying to mess with your mind. I'm trying to show you something that you've never seen before, and I want you to understand it, but only you can understand it because you got to do it. Now, real quick, let's go real quick. Step one. You know that feeling when you see a woman and that voice in your head, you get a feeling, and then that voice in the head tells you can't do it. Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? But now, what I want you to do is I just want you to go there. You don't have to click on it. I just want you to go to YouTube, type something up, and look at it. And watch this. Watch this amazing thing. You're not going to feel any emotion. You're not going to feel any anxiety. You're not going to feel any fear. You're not going to feel any rejection. And for some of you guys, the voice is going to egg you on and press play. I want you to see it for yourself. Don't listen to me. Think about what I'm saying. See, when you actually want to do something that is going to actually help you out, don't you notice the body or that thing tells you can't do it, and he does everything he can to stop you from growing and evolving? But when there's something that is self-sabotaging, and I want you to, don't believe me. Listen, gentlemen, I'm telling you, don't believe me. I want you to do it for yourselves. You got to see this shit. Do not believe me. See it for yourself. What I'm saying to you guys, you know how it feels when you see a woman that you want to talk to. You know how it feels when you're at a bar or a club, you're walking down the street and you see those ass and you see those titties and you want to talk to her, and you either get a feeling or that voice in your head says you can't do it, right? But then what I want you to do when we end this is I want you to just type up any Red Pill, Handsome Man Game, Riz, Modern Women, anything modern Red Pill, and I watch. No feeling, no fears, no anxieties, nothing. And for some of you, he's going to say, yes, click on it. Why? Because he is your greatest enemy. And the only way you're going to learn he's your greatest enemy is by seeing it yourself. Because the feeling you get when you get and want to talk to a woman should be the same feeling you get when you look at some red pill or any kind of content that does more harm to you. See, when you're trying to grow, the mind doesn't want you to grow, so it's going to give you some pushback. But when the mind knows you're self-sabotaging yourself, he gives you an open door to go down that rabbit hole, and he says nothing to you. He doesn't say anything that it's bad. He doesn't evoke emotions. He doesn't invoke fear. He doesn't invoke rejection. Matter of fact, what he'll do is say, wow, this is amazing. Let's keep going. Whoa, who else can teach me this? Wow, think about, gentlemen, just don't believe me. Just do it yourself. That's all I'm saying. Do it yourself one time. Because I know y'all saying, Steve, you crazy. Yeah, don't believe me. All I'm saying is that when you go to one of those red pill things and you don't feel the way you feel when you see a woman, then you'll know somebody is effing with you, and it's your mind. Your greatest enemy is trying to do everything it can to self-sabotage you. And that's why I'm telling you, the connection has to be with the one thought, one mind, one way. It can never be with this thing that is pushing me towards my demise mentally. Okay, that's what I'm saying to you guys. Okay, so what I'm saying to y'all guys out there, man, we just wanted to do a quick show for you guys. Myself, Lucario, in about 10 hours from now, guys, try to get some sleep. I got wrestling. You know, I got to watch my wrestling and everything. Got, you know, I am a big wrestler. You know, I'm a big kid and everything. So I got to watch that. Got to watch my shows and stuff like that. But gentlemen, as I said before, do that test and see the result for yourself. Don't believe me. See it for yourself, because if you don't see it for yourself, you'll never understand it for yourself. Guys, I'm the Dean. Man Mindset. We out. Peace.